tomorrow take on the Fish. The Miami Dolphins are coming to town, and I'm sure it'll be a great game. The Bills do come in with some injuries, as some of our wide receivers are hurt. In Curtis Samuel and Amari Cooper are both listed as questionable for the game. And Virgil has been called up. Jalen Virgil has been called up from the practice squad. So one of them is not going to go. Now, which one do you think it'll be? I think it's going to be Curtis Samuel that doesn't play, because Virgil is more of the type of wide receiver that Coleman is, or not that Coleman is, why did I say that? That Curtis Samuel is, as he does do those motions and gadget type plays and the speed type plays. So I don't think Curtis Samuel is going to play if Virgil's been called up. If Cooper was not going to play, then they would have probably called up Terrell Shavers to take his place. So I think Cooper is probably playing. And then Eli Anku was called up as well from the practice squad. So that's just because Carter is injured. So Anku gets to start at this game, or gets to play at this game into the 53-man roster. So those are the two big changes from the Bills side of the ball. Again, I think that Curtis Samuel probably won't play with his injury, but that Amari Cooper with his injury will play. And that's just because of which wide receiver got called up from the practice squad. Might be wrong. It could be the other way around, but that's my assumption for the game tomorrow. Defensive side of the ball, beyond Anku, the team does look strong. I know that Christian Benford's been dealing with a couple of things during the week, but they didn't call up anyone from the practice squad. So it looks like Benford is good to go. Terrell Bernard looks good to go. Taron Johnson. So the Bills defense looks like it's ready. Of course, we'd always like to have Matt Milano back, but I think we're still a few weeks away from that happening. Tomorrow's game, very, very important in the AFC East, as it is every time you play an AFC East opponent. But the Fish have got some problems on their defensive line. They've had some injuries over there on the defensive side of the ball. So I think they're going to have a hard time with the pass rush, and they have not been having a very good season with the pass rush. So I think that Josh Allen should have time in the pocket tomorrow. Our offensive line has been playing well, and with a defensive line that is having problems, I think we should have time with the pass rush, and that'll give you time on the back end. I think the Dolphins do have good defensive backs. However, Holland, their safety, is injured, and Jordan Poyer, when we played him last week, looked like he was a step behind from when he was a Buffalo Bill. It will be great to see Jordan Poyer back at the game this week, and we will all embrace him and love on him when he comes out for warm-ups. But when he comes out for the game and he comes out with his team, he will be booed with his team because, you know, he's on the other sideline for this game. And then when the game's over, we'll cheer for Jordan Poyer again because he's forever a Buffalo Bill. Now, and Saran Neal as well. Big fans of Saran Neal. Probably my wife's favorite player last year and the year before. Call him his cousin and or his nephew, I mean. But they're obviously not related. But it was a running joke between the two of them, Aunt Mercedes and uncle or nephew Saran. So it'll be great to see him back as well, and we will treat him just like we do with Jordan Poyer, loving on him, and glad to have him back in the stadium before the game, and then during the game we boo him because he's part of the other team. And then when the game's over, he's embraced by us as well. So that's just the way it goes. I will invite everyone that's watching this video to please like, subscribe, and it really helps a lot. So we've been gaining a lot of subscribers to the channel lately. We are now over 510 subscribers. So I'd appreciate it if you're watching this, that you give me a like. shout out from the Philippines. Love that. Yeah, we've got some ties with our family to the Philippines. So love having someone from the Philippines watching the show live here. If anybody has any questions, then I'd appreciate it. Jim Kelly was a great player. My favorite all-time Buffalo Bill player is Bruce Smith, though. Bruce Smith did a lot for the team, and he was my favorite player. I like Jim Kelly a lot. Did meet Jim Kelly in person a few times. He's a great guy. And now, as a cancer survivor myself, look for Jim personally off the field too. So love to have that. Yes, it is time to hopefully squish the fish as the Dolphins come to town. Now on the Dolphins offense, Tua, I really think Tua should retire. I do not think that he should be playing in the NFL tomorrow. I don't think he should be playing in the NFL, period. Concussions are a legit thing. I know way back when I was young, they used to joke about them, but, your brain is pretty important. And he's made a lot of money from playing football. So, and why he wants to come back and play against Buffalo right away. Buffalo knocked him out the last 2 times. So hopefully, Tua makes it through the game, but doesn't have a great game because, again, we're rooting against him. So my predictions for the game, I do not predict scores for my Buffalo Bills because I'm too biased for the Bills, so I don't ever actually put out a score prediction. But I do think the Bills will win this one and open up even a bigger lead in the AFC East. So, yeah, we hope that it'll be a great game and we can come home with the victory and open our lead from 3.5 to 4 game lead in the AFC East. Pretty amazing that we already have that big of a lead at the moment. And we beat the Dolphins head-to-head earlier this year, and Tua was the quarterback for the majority of that game until the game got out of hand, and it was pretty much over. And then Tua got injured when he ran into Hamlin, and that left him out for a few weeks. And now he's back again to face the Bills. He had a good game against Arizona last week, but most of it was short passes. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think, again, our defense is ready for him. We get Von Miller back for this game, so that should be helpful. And the injuries are pretty minimal other than Matt Milano being out. I do think our offensive line will have a great game, again, with those defensive linemen for the Fish being injured, and a couple of them are out for the season or haven't come back since last season with the case of Chubb. Then I think they'll have a really good game. I do think that it's going to be more of a passing than a run game, and that's fine because, again, those pass rushers are what's missing from the defensive line for the Fish. And I think they can still stop the run pretty good. I'm sure Cook will get his yards, but in Davis, in Johnson, yes, I think we have a 3-headed monster at running back. The player I think will have the best game is going to be Keon Coleman because he's Keon and that's enough. And he's great at doing stuff. So let's see what Keon can do tomorrow. And hopefully I can go live from the stadium before the gates open. I tried to go live last week before the game, and I did, and it was fine. But then inside the stadium, the Wi-Fi inside of Highmark Stadium is not very good because they're building a new stadium across the street, and they could care what the Wi-Fi is at the old stadium right now. I'm sure they're going to put enhancement in that new palace, but I won't be able to go over there, so we'll see what happens there. I guess I'll never be able to test the Wi-Fi because I won't be a season ticket holder over there like I am now. Look for me in the end zone, row 11, in section 123. If you're out at the game, come by, say hi, mention Pops Mafia. I'll have a pin for you, give you a little gift as a member of the Pops Mafia. And appreciate everybody watching this video. We've gone almost 10 minutes, and that was my goal for today. Again, please, please like this video, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications so you'll know when I go live. Appreciate it. I hope I am going to be doing a lot of dancing tomorrow because I do have my special dance that I do after every time the Bills score. And I know that I have about 10 friends that are coming to the game that are going to sit near me that we love it when they come to the game. So they all know the dance, and hopefully we can get a little mob mentality. Maybe get up on the video board or something doing the special dance. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But for now, remember, God loves you. You. God loves you. Yes, you. And so do I. And go Bills.